If we win the million, we're launching a Stop Riding Camels campaign.
Take hikes, not humps.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best risque jokes or pop culture references found in Total Drama that only older fans catch on to.
Hey, check it out! I got wood!
Number 10, Izzys Meltdown, Total Drama action.
Her career skyrocketed until she lost it on set and scared the lunch out of her crew.
After Total Drama action wrapped up, psycho hose beast Izzy begins a successful acting career. However, said career comes to a crushing halt when she loses her cool and angrily berates a director, scaring the lunch out of him.
Or I'll kick your butt! I want you off this set!
Does Izzy's tirade sound familiar? It should, as it's a direct parody of the infamous Christian Bale rant on the set of Terminator Salvation, where he also flipped out on a crew member. For obvious reasons, Izzy's rant was more toned down than Bale's, but the frustration both actors felt was clear for all to see.
Think for a second! No, I will not take 5! I'm ready to go now!
The fact that Total Drama action is basically a Hollywood homage makes this parody even more hilarious. Number 9, Owens Confession, Total Drama action. When it's Owen's turn to be interviewed for the aftermath, he's prepared to tell the truth and nothing but. However, before he's even properly asked anything, he breaks down and confesses to every bad deed he's ever committed.
So, Owen. In the 3rd grade, I cheated on my math exam.
The admission and montage alone are great, but as a bonus, it's actually an almost word-for-word parody of Chunk's confession scene from The Goonies.
When my mom sent me to a summer camp for fat kids, and then once during lunch I got nuts, and I pigged out, and they kicked me out.
While poor Chunk admitted all this in the midst of a harsh interrogation, Owen panicked before he could even be asked anything, which only added more fuel to the funny fire. Hopefully, this parody will encourage anyone who hasn't seen The Goonies to check it out for themselves.
Owen! I don't think that's what Trent meant.
What other type of truth is there?
Number 8, Owen sneaks a peek, Total Drama action. The Killer Grips are confronting Gwen about Trent throwing challenges for her. All the while, Owen, Lindsay, and Beth are only wearing bath towels.
Tell them what I just heard you say to Trent.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Shoo! Head cold.
The conversation gets tense, but pay close attention to Owen at one point. You'll notice his eyes wander towards Lindsay's chest, and then he smiles to himself.
Oh no! Are you and Trent?
Not only is ogling one of your friends bad enough, but he picked this horrible, tense moment to do it too. If you're not really looking for it, you'll probably miss it. But keen-eyed viewers get a little more insight into Owen's character in this brief moment.
Great cherry cheesecake! She's bluffing!
Number 7, Z Flying High, Total Drama Island.
Catch you on the other side!
I can't watch.
And they're off!
During the reboot's Catapult Slingshot Challenge, Z is flung into the air and loves every minute of it. He claims he's never been this high before.
I've never been this high before!
Stuff it, Z! I'm trying to focus.
Given Z's laid-back personality, surfer dude dialect, and strong appetite, the phrase could also take on a double meaning. If you're thinking this is a bit of a stretch, just wait till Z gets struck by lightning and has a trippy psychedelic hallucination.
Whoa, 4 fingers.
We're not sure if it was intentional, but it definitely got a small chuckle out of us, especially when Z's freakout ended up winning his team the challenge. Number 6, The Sinking Island, Total Drama All-Stars. Thanks to Chris's blunder, Camp Wawanakwa is sinking into the ocean.
What'd you use to make these moats?
A fracking machine.
Whoa, you can't say that on TV. A fracking machine is a hydraulic drill. You can't use it on an island this small!
As the island collapses, a lone butler is seen mournfully playing the violin as he tragically accepts his fate. It's a surprisingly grim scene, more so when you realise what it's parodying.
Cheated out of $1 million! I hate this show!
The butler's actions are a direct reference to the violinists from the RMS Titanic, and by extension, its film adaptation. As the ship sank into the icy ocean, these brave musicians played one last solemn tune as they went down with it. It's fitting that this homage would be used for Wawanakwa's destruction, given how much of a staple to total drama it was. Number 5. ACDC tributes. Total drama action.
Today's movie genre is the rock and roll biopic.
As a tribute to the rock and roll film genre, Season 2's Rock and Roll treated longtime music fans to a smorgasbord of references to some of our favourite rock musicians. Already off the bat, the first challenge of the day featured not 1, not 2, but 3 references to the Australian rock band ACDC.
All right.
Owen spends this part of the challenge dressed in Angus Young's schoolboy outfit, minus a shirt. Meanwhile, Harold proudly references both Thunderstruck and For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, before the challenge even starts.
For those about to rock, I salute you.
For an episode dedicated to the genre, we couldn't think of a better band for them to pay homage to. Number 4, Heather roasts Courtney, Total Drama World Tour. During the Newfoundland Swimming Challenge, Courtney is, yet again, boasting about her history as a CIT.
Look, I'm a very experienced swimmer. I was a synchro captain. I coach minnows. I am a CIT.
Gee, haven't heard that one 1,000 times. Heather retaliates with more like a BITC, before being conveniently cut off by Gwen.
More like a BITC.
Guys, let's get going.
While younger viewers might not grasp the punchline, older fans have a hard time believing that even made it to air. Not only is it hilarious wordplay, but it's also arguably one of the most savage comebacks in total drama history. Heather just about won their whole rivalry with this line alone.
I want the tape.
Give me the tape. How do you open this thing?
Number 3, Noah's Zinger, Total Drama World Tour. Who doesn't love a double entendre?
You'll have to shovel fast or risk getting stuck with an incomplete sausage, which will be a lot harder to ride down the hill.
To set the scene, the 3 teams are in Germany, assembling oversized sausages to sled down the mountain. Unfortunately, Cody's team's sausage isn't quite big enough, as Noah points out by laughing at Cody's, quote, tiny sausage.
Cody's got a tiny sausage.
Without context, the joke takes on a whole new meaning. Was he really talking about Cody's makeshift sled, or a different piece of equipment? But even with context, it's a funny innuendo made better by Noah's dry sarcasm. Of course, Cody gets one up on Noah with his retort.
At least my team has a sausage. Oh, it's so spicy.
Number 2, Horrifying Implications. Total Drama All-Stars. Revenge of the Island introduced us to Larry, Chris's pet mutant Venus flytrap, and probably the only thing Chris cares about more than himself.
We were inseparable until I left him on the island and kind of forgot about him for a few years while the toxic waste piled up, mutating him into a freakish botanical mistake.
We're just as shocked about that as you are. However, in All Stars, Chris and Larry's relationship is taken to a disturbingly new level when Mike and Zoe steal Larry's egg for a challenge.
Look, it's Larry, and he's got an egg, which means Larry's actually a lorry?
It hatches, and a bundle of mutant plant babies swarm out, including one that resembles Chris. While the moment was brief, it raised too many questions that shouldn't be answered. Younger viewers might laugh at how absurd it is, but older fans will be struggling not to think about all the disturbing implications. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Joe shaving. Total Drama, Revenge of the Island. Joe pulls out a razor, but we don't see what's being shaved.
Now that is how you do hair.
I'll pass on the frilly girly hair care, thank you.
531-8008, Total Drama Island. It's a juvenile joke, but it's a classic.
Did you know that pooping in a stranger's purse on a bus is a crime? Yet somehow, if I dropped brown crayons in my own pants, I wouldn't have a criminal record.
Gordon, total drama action. A chef with a bad attitude reminds us of the famously volatile Gordon Ramsay.
I'm making DJ sandwiches, but there's some stupid ingredient I can't figure out.
Oh, guess Gordon's got a temper on him.
Izzy's film career, total drama action. Izzy's filmography looks pretty familiar.
Izzy turned out to be an awesomely talented actor on the set of Total Drama Action. Post-elimination, she signed a stack of movie deals.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Alejandro destroys Heather, total drama world tour.
Heather has a way of making my focus slip, like a too small Speedo.
In the penultimate episode of World Tour, Heather and Alejandro are arguing over their walkie-talkies. Heather remarks that she can just turn Alejandro off, referring to the walkie-talkies. But Alejandro roasts her back, saying how she's an expert at turning people off.
Guess what? I can just turn you off.
Of course you can. You're an expert at turning people off.
Ugh.
Kids might miss the joke, but more mature viewers will appreciate just how savage Al's comeback really was. And yet, Al is still hopelessly in love with her, so he doesn't have a ton of room to talk.
She can't distract me with her clever words, or her distrustful eyes, or the way she tucks her hair behind those cute little earlobes. Ah! Focus!
Savage comebacks and innuendos like this are what make total drama a treat for teens and adults. What total drama joke or reference did you miss? Let us know in the comments.
Over there! Over there!
I know, Jose, it's just not
That shock for you, always trailing behind. But still, he's an asset to the team.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.